Beloved, as we move into this weekend, we're moving into the fifth Sunday after Epiphany. Time is flying. And God is doing something significant in our midst, and I trust you're sensing from the inside out that the element of God's grace is empowering us in fresh ways. God's up to something good. And God wants us to walk by faith from the inside out, not as a technique, but as an intuitive sense of abiding in Him. And the reading from Isaiah this week is one we all know well about mounting up with wings as eagles. The thing about it, though, is that it starts with the fact that Isaiah poetically is talking about how powerful God is. He's marked off the heavens. He enclosed the dust of the earth in measure, so He knows how much dust, how much sand there is. And He comes with might, with the arms of His strength, and there's no one else who can give God counsel. God is God all by Himself. Then anything in the earth is like a drop in the bucket to God. That's what Isaiah is saying. And there's a distinction between the one who sits on the circle of the earth and the inhabitants that are like grasshoppers. You know, the circle of the earth is pretty impressive. I never got to fly on the Concorde, but I did get to fly on a Citation 10 at 55,000 feet up in the air. And at 55,000 feet coming back from California to Orlando, I could see the circle of the earth. And I was thinking at the time, God sits on this. Just God sits on the circle of the earth. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty amazing. But the whole poem, which ends with "They that wait upon the Lord," is all about how powerful God is and how powerless we are. Now, Isaiah is saying this to give people hope, because until we grasp God's power, really grasp God's power, we'll never understand how powerless we are. God wants to give us a revelation of His power. And when He gives you a revelation of His power, you'll discover, apart from Jesus, I can't do a thing. I'm powerless. But that powerless does something to us when it comes by revelation of His power. It brings hope. And hope is the foundation on which faith is released from the inside out. And at an hour when you think not, God does what you never thought He was going to do. Let's lean into this weekend with expectation and anticipation. God's up to something good.